How are you?
I'm doing tremendously amazing.
So, today we'll be doing a materials conversation topic.
Exactly. And what about you? How you doing? How's it going?
I, I'm doing really good, thank you. I woke up really early today and I feel good.
Me too. I just wake up. Here is 4:30 a.m. I just wake up now.
Did you say it's 4:30 a.m.?
Exactly.
Well, I woke up at 5:30, but that is very early.
Exactly.
Before we start, would
Mhm.
we like to do some introductions?
Sure, please. Of course. And basically, I'm a student, and my majors are history and English literature. I'm pursuing my first year in graduation. About my downtime, I like to being out in nature, listening chirping of birds like peacock, cuckoo, parrot, these type. And I like to do photography of nature also. And I'm an avid reader. That's in a nutshell about me.
Where are you from, Ratish?
I'm from India, New Delhi.
Ah, okay. Well, very nice to meet you. My name is Rachel, and I was born and raised in the US. And about 2 years ago, I moved to the Philippines. So ever since I've lived in the Philippines, I've just been working. And about 6 months ago is when I started teaching online. In my free time, I really love to cook. I also really love to eat and to travel and find new restaurants or new places to go. But yeah, that's just a little bit about myself.
That's amazing about you.
Sorry?
That's amazing. That's fantastic.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
You know,
um,
in your introduction, I have watched your intro video, intro video, and in that video you are saying something. I'm half Filipino and half USA something. You are,
yes, I am half Filipino and half American.
so can you please little bit decipher this, like elaborate this,
Say again?
like I am saying to you, can you please little bit like elaborate this, decipher this, explain this.
Um, what do I mean by I'm half Filipino?
Exactly.
My mom originally is from the Philippines, so she was born and raised here, and her ethnicity is Filipino. And then my father is from the U.S., so he originates from America.
Mhm.
So that's why I say I'm half Filipino and half American.
So, which country do you like most? Which is so fascinating for you?
um, I love both, but of course I grew up in the U.S. So I think I would have to pick the U.S. But
Mm-hmm.
the Philippines is great for many things. Um, I think both places are just very different.
Mm-hmm. There is
Have
no,
you ever been to
there,
the U.S. or the Philippines?
no, not yet. I have not been yet to any these like country, Philippines and USA. You mean to say there is no comparison? No way at all.
Maybe not anytime soon,
Yeah,
but maybe by next year or the year after.
sure. I hope to. I think so.
So do you know which material you would like to do today?
Sure, Miss. May you give me some time for choosing?
Yes, no problem.
So kind of you.
Is this is this your first time on Engo?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, welcome. I hope I'm able to make your first class a good one.
Exactly. I can feel that first impression is last impression.
Well, let's hope I can keep it that way.
Yes, miss, please. First I want to know about your interest. Like, in which subject is your interest?
Say again?
I want to know, miss. Every different person have different interest in any different subjects. So, do you have any particular subject? You have like plethora of knowledge in that subject. You know much more about that subject.
Ooh, not that I can think of. I know a lot about health and food. If that would be something interesting to you.
Health and food. Mm-hmm. Just a minute.
But I don't know if they have anything like that here. Let's see. I'll help you look.
Sure, miss, please.
I mean, these topics are very general topics. I think anyone would be nice to do.
I want kinda something where I have to push myself hard.
Okay, then maybe you can choose one that you don't know anything about, and we'll see.
Yeah, sure, I'm choosing something.
Okay.
So there is something harder than this comparing to this where I have to explain something much more deeper. Would you like to help me?
Yes, of course.
Please.
So they have, this is the advanced section, but they also have a proficient section, which would be even more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
So would you like to start with an advanced, just so we can see how it is?
Sure, miss, please.
Okay. Oh, I just saw one. Can India become a global superpower?
Miss, I'm not interested in that. If you like to my concern, I would like to go on with this one.
Okay, age restrictions on social media.
Exactly.
Okay, so for this, we will just be agreeing or disagreeing, and then we can kind of discuss what we think. Okay, so number one, age restrictions should be placed on social media sites. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
Before starting this session, miss, for this section, I want to let I would like to give my opinion also, my answer also, and I am eager to listen your opinion also patiently. If you like to give me, it means a lot to me.
Okay, yes, of course I will. No problem.
Yeah, sure. Miss. Age
Would you like?
restriction, yeah, restriction should be placed on social media sites. I think so. There are some sites and some sites like and they are related to like 80 plus something, and there are some websites they have something showing notification also. If you are 80 plus, then you can use that website. Otherwise, you have not to use that. And I have seen like children also, like kids, they are not 80 plus, but they are continue doing clicking on that.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I think age restrictions should be on social media sites, but at the same time, like you said, it's very easy to lie about your age online. Um, so even when I was a teenager and I would be signing up for social media, of course, sometimes it says you have to be 18 or 17. But of course, how are they going to check this?
Mhm.
Um, so I think age restriction should be placed, but it's hard to enforce it.
Exactly, it takes the time to spread like in an efficient way.
Right. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how they could fix this unless you have to require an ID of some type, um, or even if you're in high school, having to show your high school ID. That would help to prevent little kids from being on social media. Um, but I don't know how they could keep that organized.
Exactly. And I think so also because sometimes like children, their mind is not like fully developed. They don't like know much about concern about different topics. About there is a mature age and it takes time. If there's something, just suppose if there any person suppose post fake news and they are like something sporting them or something. I don't think so that is a better idea to giving right to children like kids.
hmm Yeah, I think especially now, um, phones and social media is so accessible to everyone. So I think parents are more willing to let their little kids have phones and social media, and they don't really realize what effect this is having on kids.
Exactly.
So kids see a lot of different stuff online, and they don't know what's true or not, and they don't know how to process it all, um, because, like you said, they're still kids and they're still developing. So
Exactly.
it can, I feel like it could definitely cause some problems in the future. Hopefully not.
Exactly. Just take example, like you, like me, we are more than 18, and we are little bit concerned about what we have to do, like about our interest. Like if you want to search something related to our curriculum or something for our education, we can search directly. We have like directly idea what we have to do. But children, I have watched some children, they are like opening some type of YouTube, like Facebook, and they are just clicking randomly, which is coming. They have not about intention about what they have to see, like what their interest, but they are like just clicking randomly, and they are like getting distracted from their path.
Yeah, I completely agree. A lot of kids don't know uh, how to, how should I say? Um, they don't, yeah, like you said, they don't know what they're looking for, so they are just trying to entertain themselves, and they can end up watching or finding things that they shouldn't.
Exactly.
um, and yeah, it's hard to control that. I mean, even I remember being a kid or a teenager, and there's so much online that kids really shouldn't see. But it's hard for parents to control that, or to keep kids off of media.
Yeah, I can completely agree with you.
So I see that it disappeared. Let me see if I can find it one more time.
Sure, miss.
Um, Here we are. Oh wait, was this conversation?
Exactly. Here is like as far as I'm concerned, this is first one. But
Sorry, where is it?
no, like something is changed. Something we have
Yeah,
to
this is a
we have
different
choose
one.
something related to conversation topic, and it is showing something another thing now.
Here we go. I found it. So it was.
This one.
There we go. Okay, number two. Age restrictions prevent cyberbullying. Is this? Do you agree or do you disagree with this?
Miss, I want to know about this term like cyberbullying.
Okay, so cyberbullying is bullying that happens online. So bullying through social media. Um, this is cyberbullying.
Okay, in like
So
it is like threatening something to another people.
yeah, okay, right? We have regular bullying, which would be face to face, name calling, etc. Um, cyberbullying is basically the same, but online. So when I was in school, this was a big problem. Kids who have social media and they go to each other's profiles or they message each other online and bully each other.
Yeah. You give me
So this
you give me a picture of like past time when I post my like photos on social media. There is a craze, something exactly.
So that would be cyberbullying.
Yeah. So age
So do you
restriction.
think?
Yeah, I think so. Age restriction prevents cyberbullying because no, as I mentioned, like children are not much about know about like what is right, have to say something about their friends, and
Okay.
they have to maintain the decorum of like social media also. If you not maintain the decorum of social media, then it is not like a good thing in our life. If we are just randomly typing something to our friends and another, it will not a good impression on them of our personality.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I would have to say that I agree and disagree with this statement because I think age restrictions can prevent cyberbullying, but it does not fully prevent it. So of course, even if you were of age, let's say everyone on social media was over 18, there will still be hate comments. There will still be bullying. We just don't call it bullying. So usually when we think of people being bullied, we think of kids in school. Um, but as we know, there's a lot of people in this world that that hate, whether it's on celebrities or other people you know. Um, so I don't think age restrictions would completely prevent cyberbullying.
I'm torn with you. I'm torn in with you. Exactly. I can completely agree with you. I mean to say, it is not completely like that. Age restriction should be like do that this thing completely. This should be implemented. But like
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like people we are 18 plus as you mentioned, like still they are commenting on like a celebrity or something, any like what they want. They have their own right, what they want to
Mm-hmm,
say.
mm-hmm. Number three, the time that children spend on social networking sites should be supervised by parents. Do you agree or disagree?
The time that children spend on social networking sites should be supervised by parents. I can say I'm be in two minds for this question.
What do you mean by this?
I mean to say, like I can say little bit agree or like more disagree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
First thing
Why,
first.
why do you,
Yeah, first thing first. If they know about like social media, what is the purpose behind making social media? What are the benefits and what are the pros and cons? If they are concerned, if they are aware, then I don't think so. There is a much more need of like parenting, supervising time. Then they can do their time management for like social media. Then they can use social media effectively if they know about pros
Mhm.
and cons.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, there should be no reason to have to supervise your kids on social media um, if you feel like you're doing your parenting right. Um, kids, kids will be kids, but at the same time, if you're teaching your kids right from wrong, um, then you should be able to trust them going on online by themselves. Because of course, one day you're not going to be able to supervise them. You're not going to watch everything they do. You have to trust them. So I think I agree with you. You have to focus more on your parenting rather than watching over their shoulder.
And there is a one thing, if you like to like supervise their time, you know about it every day and day by features are changing on smartphone. And you know,
Hmm.
children are much more into that type of technology things. If you want to do something like supervising or something, you know, they will hide and they will do these type of things. They will put software something, you will not be aware, so it is not
Yeah,
sometimes gonna be possible.
kids are sneaky, and like you said, they're smart. Honestly, if my parents tried to supervise me on my phone when I was in high school, I think I would have been very angry at them, um,
Mhm.
very rebellious.
Disappointed with them.
Disappointed also, yes. But I guess that's why they're saying children. Maybe if you were younger than 7 or 8 years old, then I think it would be okay to supervise them a little bit. But once they're older, once they're teenagers, I think it's not necessary.
Exactly.
Okay, number four. Criminals should not be allowed to use social networking sites. Do you agree or disagree?
Criminals should not be allowed to use social networking site. So I want to know, like, if there anyone is for my question is that for this question, I want to ask you if there is like any criminal who want to create his own like social media. So is there
Mhm.
something to prevent him not making a social idea? There is something, any policy?
As far as I know, I don't think so. I don't think there would be a way for social media sites to track this. Um, I don't think there's anything like that so far.
So, what do you think? If you want to see like if you have to give a suggestion for making these type of like policy, what will you say? Like, what will you say about this law for making a like creating social media account for criminals? They will be automatically not able to do that. Do you have something?
Mhm.
Would you like to share with me?
I kind of disagree with this. So I don't know what they could do to prevent criminals from using social media because, I mean, it's so easy to create fake emails and fake names and, sign up as someone you're not. So even if they had to do I guess the only way that you could really check this is by needing the ID of a person. Um, so, for example, on Instagram, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but you have to have the verification check. Are you familiar with this?
Exactly.
And in order to get that, you have to give your ID. So maybe when they get your ID, they can see that you have a criminal record. Um, but I don't think they should ban all criminals from using social media. Especially the word criminals is so general. This could be anyone from, you know, a murderer to someone who just did petty crime. So I don't think it'd really be fair to do that. If you really wanted to do something about it, maybe you could have like some type of mark on their profile or something like this, but I just don't think it's really right.
I think it will take much of time and it cannot be completely implemented this
Mhm.
policy. So
Right.
I don't think so. It's so easy to implement. It will take much of time.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would be worth either worth the time.
And if we do this type of things for especially criminals, they will try to find alternate source. And if they are not find this type of app, they will use another type of application for like
Exactly.
yeah.
Ritash, that is all of the time that we have for today. But thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed your first class here on NGO. I also hope you have a great weekend, and hopefully I will see you again sometime soon.
Yeah, this lesson is so pragmatic as well as fruitful for me. In this whole session, I haven't feel any type of difficult to understand you. You are such an salt of the earth, down to earth person to me.
Thank you so much. So are you.
Yeah, and in future, I hope I will do ton of regeneration for you. You are such kinda like friendly tutor, not like tutor, just like friendly person or something who would like to teach in an enthusiastic way, eagerly, with curiosity.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah, and just keep up the good work, just like you will for your students. I'm so excited to become a student of you.
Thank you so much, and I hope, well, I said, but I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much, and I hope I was able to help you out some.
Sure, miss. Before that, I want to ask you a question. Like,
Yes, of course.
is it like formal or okay to say like fair enough? If you are agree with something, like anyone, if you are agree with someone, and you say fair enough, so I want to ask that is like appropriate or not appropriate? It is formal or informal?
Fair enough. Fair, if you agree with someone strongly, you wouldn't really say fair enough. Fair enough is if you sort of disagree, but then you kind of agree.
Okay, you mean to say you don't want to listen much more, like for like stopping. As far as I'm concerned, we say just fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, you can say that.
Well, have a
I
wonderful
just,
day, one wonderful day with full of blossoms, full of blossoms.
thank you so much. Take